Are you interested in paying for a reserved seat during production shows? Are you getting enough milk every cruise that you go out on? Some internet lies? And does Carnival Cruise Lines really owe you some money? Yep, it's once again time for what every cruiser wants. Good Saturday morning, everybody. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's episode of What Every Cruiser Wants. And we are back, and we have new cruise comments for you this week. We have someone who thinks you should have to pay for reserved seating in the main theater for production shows. We got somebody who swears up and down that every American out there is drinking milk every single meal. We have someone posting lies about policy changes for Carnival Cruise Lines that, well, it's just not true. And we have someone who clearly made a mistake, but it's not their fault. Nope, it is the cruise line's fault, and the cruise line owes them money. So let's get into today's comments. Let's ask ourselves, are these people right? Are these people wrong? Are they speaking for everyone out there? All right, first up today, we're going to talk about reserved seating in the main theater. And should you be charged for this reserved seating? Because according to this person, that is how every other cruise line does it. Because it's just not fair that your platinum cruisers can't get the seats that they want, that their favorite seat is not reserved for them. Now, here's the part that makes me laugh, though. There are just some cruisers out there that they hit platinum, which is not the highest level. There's still levels above them. There's still diamond, but they hit platinum, and suddenly the world should be at their feet. They have reached platinum, and now the cruise lines should bend to their will. And this time it's about seating in the main theater. Question is, why is it that Carnival does not require any reservation for shows or comedy like what you need on other cruise lines who charge money to watch shows, but give first choice to their elite members? This is what Carnival should be doing for the big shows and comedy shows, but Carnival, you are not. Why is it not fair that platinum people cannot get guaranteed seating for shows? Now, aside from the fact that, boy, that comment could have used some punctuation, could have used some periods. That's just a huge run-on sentence. Wanting to know why Carnival doesn't have a reservation system for shows. Why do they not charge like other cruise lines? And so that'll be my first question. What cruise line out there charges you to go see one of their shows? What cruise line has a charge to go see a production show or a comedy show? Yes, some of them do have reservation systems, but which one charges? Now, even the cruise lines that have reservation systems, me personally, I still get in line early so I can pick the seat that I want. Yeah, I may be guaranteed a seat because I have a reservation, but I'm not guaranteed to have the seat that I necessarily want to sit in, so I still have to get in line early. But what do you guys think? Should Carnival Cruise Line switch to a reservation system? Do you want to have to make a reservation every single time you want to go see a show? Or are you okay with the way it is right now? And look, if you want a seat in a show, you get in the line, you get a seat. Really that easy? Really that simple? Does Carnival need to change? Should there be reservations? And really, who wants to pay extra to go see a show? Now, if you like milk, you like milk. No issues or problems with those who enjoy a glass of milk. But if you're going to write in a comment about milk, don't make up numbers. Don't make up things just to try to make your situation, your want, your desire that much better. Because at the end of the day, you look silly, you look foolish when you just make up statistics, pull them out your back end, and go, look, this is what the American people want. Well, I don't think these numbers are even remotely close to being true. Can't you just say that you'd really like a glass of cold milk? Can you tell the waiters in the main dining hall that 8 out of 10 Americans drink a glass of milk with breakfast, lunch, and with dinner? When we ask the waiters, they seem shocked. It takes forever for them to bring the milk. John, it is never cold enough. So 8 out of 10 Americans are having a glass of milk with every breakfast, every lunch, and every dinner. And the wait staff is shocked that people are ordering milk, which I'm confused on, because if 8 out of 10 Americans were having milk with every single meal, then would the wait staff not know that an order of milk is coming their way? Or are they shocked that you ordered milk with dinner because 8 out of 10 Americans do not have a glass of milk with every single meal? Sure, you might put some milk on your cereal. Yep, you put some milk in your coffee. Me, I do enjoy a carton of chocolate milk during breakfast. But 8 out of 10 people for every single meal? Where did you get those numbers? Where did you come up with that statistic number to say that 8 out of 10 Americans have a glass of milk? Now, I'm going to have to call BS on the 8 out of 10, but what do you guys think? Are you having a glass of milk with breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Is it really 8 out of 10 Americans that want this? Now, there are internet trolls, cruising trolls out there that love to post misinformation, wrong information, straight up lies about cruise lines on the internet. And I'm always amazed at the number of people that believe it. But I have an example of one of those lies for you today. Now, I want to be very clear up front. This is not happening. This is not something the cruise line is changing. They have made zero announcements on this subject. Just want to make sure we're clear that this is an internet lie. Please don't come back and say you believe it. Please don't come back and say, Chris told me this was true. No, he did not. Have you guys heard the latest? Carnival is changing their gratuity policy. You can only remove that particular day's gratuities. So you would have to go each day of the cruise to guest services to remove gratuities for that particular day. Now, I can definitely see people getting behind that idea that if you want to remove your gratuities, you have to go down there each and every day to do it instead of simply being able to do it on the last day. So there's going to be people out there that think this is a good idea. But the point of this comment is not whether it's a good idea, it's a bad idea, whether you agree with the idea or you disagree with the idea. The point of this comment is this is the sort of stuff that people put out on the internet and other cruisers believe it. That somebody simply writes and makes something up and others fall right in line, and now they're like, well, that's not what the internet told me. But once again, this comment isn't true. The cruise line has made no announcement. If you read something on the internet and you are not sure if it's true, if it's not true, check with the cruise line. Don't believe every little thing that somebody puts out on the internet. And finally, if you book a third-party excursion, third party, not through the cruise line, and something prevents you from getting to that excursion, the cruise line does not owe you money. The cruise line is not responsible for your refund. Should be easy, should be simple to understand. Now, when a cruise line tells you you're going to be docked in port, disembarking in a port at this time, that's kind of a general reference sometimes. If they say 8 o'clock in the morning, it may be 8:15, it may be 8:30 before you are actually able to get off the ship. Now, if it's a tender port, that's roughly the time that they're going to start allowing people off the ship, and everybody cannot get off at the same time. And if you are relatively new to cruising, I highly recommend you book your excursions through the cruise line so that you'll know you'll make them. You know you're covered. In the event of a situation out of your control, you can get a refund. But for this comment, I'm not sure they understood exactly the times for tenders and how they worked. They booked a third-party excursion. They didn't make their third-party excursion. And now the cruise line is responsible for their refund? Just to let people know, we just got back from a cruise on the Carnival Liberty, and we booked a non-Carnival excursion in Belize. We were supposed to get off the boat onto a water taxi at 8:15 a.m. And for some reason, which we weren't told, we got onto the water taxi at 10:30 a.m. Our excursion was for 9:30 a.m. and we arrived in Belize at 11 a.m., so we missed it. I emailed Carnival, which you can't talk to anyone. They said it wasn't a Carnival excursion. We will not be reimbursed. It doesn't matter who we booked it with. It was Carnival's fault. So $1 billion company is denying a $110 excursion. We are gold stars and spend lots of money with them, but never again. It's not about the money. It's the principle. Where is the customer service? I know we are a small fish in a big ocean, but they will never get another penny from me. Boy, another one with 0 punctuation. Those are getting harder to read without a single stop in a very large run-on sentence. But the bottom line, they booked a non-cruise line excursion in Belize. Disembarkation was supposed to begin at 8:15. Now that's water shuttles. That is tender service in Belize. So your priority cruisers, your diamond, your platinum, your sweet guests, your faster to the fun, they are going to go first if they want to go first. They have priority. So if you don't have that priority, you definitely don't want to book the earliest excursion possible. And there could have been another delay. Could have been a weather delay. Could have been a customs delay. You never know what delay would have caused the cruise ship to not be able to disembark exactly at 8:15. And that is a risk you take if you book a non-cruise line excursion. And yeah, you can definitely find better deals sometimes with third-party excursions, but if you don't read all the fine print, may not be refundable. And that's on you. That's not on the cruise line. The cruise line is not responsible for your third-party excursion choices. So of course the cruise line is going to deny your refund. They're not going to give you $110 for something you booked outside of their control. And is it really bad customer service to say, hey, this isn't us, we're not going to give you a refund for that? I mean, good God, if you go into a Walmart with products you purchased at Target, do you get mad at Walmart when they won't give you a refund? So why are you getting mad with Carnival Cruise Lines because you booked something through somebody else, not through the cruise line? They don't guarantee it, and they're not going to refund you for it. Go to the third-party excursion and ask for your refund from them. They're probably not going to give it to you either, but that's who you should be asking, not the cruise line. Comments like this, they make me scratch my head. It's like, you know what you did. You know how you booked it. You know you chose not to book with the cruise line, and it didn't work out for you, but now somehow, it is still the cruise line's fault. Make that make sense. But what do you guys think? Should the cruise line be responsible? Should the cruise line provide reimbursement? Is it the cruise line's responsibility that this person didn't make it to their excursion? And that's going to be our video this week for what every cruiser wants. Let me know in the comments below, are these people right? Are these people wrong? Do you agree with them? Do they have a leg to stand on? Are they out there speaking for each and every one of us? And if you've enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day and a really great weekend. And like always, we will see you out on the high seas.